My girlfriend, who told me she was working overtime, just proposed to the one that got away at a music festival. I was sitting in the VIP section, watching the two of them embrace on the Jumbotron, when the screen suddenly cut to a close-up of me, sitting in my chair, clapping. My girlfriend panicked instantly, ducking into a bathroom to blow up my phone. This weekend, my best friend, Jackson, was playing a music festival. He gave me 2 passes and told me to bring my girlfriend. I was marveling at how popular Jackson was as I sent a message to Tina. "Are you free this weekend?" Took her 3 hours to reply. "No." And then silence. I was used to her being cold. I sent back a friendly emoji and told her I saw a super cute calico cat today, attaching a photo I'd carefully picked out. Maybe Tina saw it, maybe she didn't. Either way, she never replied. On Sunday, I threw on a hypebeast outfit and went with Jackson to the venue early, settling into the friends and family area. I was sitting next to some of the other musicians' friends. I gave them a smile and a nod, then found a seat in the corner. The festival hadn't started yet, but some acts were doing sound checks. When it was Jackson's turn, I took a video on my phone and sent it to our group chat. "Mo, nice. And my boy's amazing. Mo, he gets that from me back in my day. And you wish." Used to their banter, I switched over to my chat with Tina. The last message was still going to bed from last night. I hesitated for a moment but decided not to tell her I was at the festival. Tina didn't like loud places like this. She preferred quiet art galleries, classical concerts, tea ceremonies. She was like someone from another era. The audience started pouring in. I glanced over, and for a second, I thought I saw Tina's silhouette in the crowd. I shook my head. No way she'd be here. The festival officially kicked off. I waved my hands to the music. I never understood the appeal of music festivals before, but now I totally got it. Jackson was singing love songs today, and a lot of people were singing along. I felt so proud of him. He was singing in my direction. "I love you." Just then, shouts of proposal erupted from the crowd. The cameraman, a total pro, swung the lens over. I looked at the big screen and froze. The person down on one knee holding out a ring box was Tina. And I also recognized the man in the white suit, smiling handsomely. It was Tina's good buddy, William. Tina slid the ring onto William's finger with a look of deep affection, and they pulled each other into a tight hug. They ducked away from the camera, their faces beaming with happiness. The smile on my face stiffened. I sat back down, crossed my legs, and applauded for them with a blank expression. For some reason, the camera suddenly swung over to me, and my face filled the Jumbotron. Tina and William's smiles froze. They both stared in my direction. Jackson's set ended. My phone was vibrating nonstop. It was an explosion of calls and texts from Tina. "What are you doing here?" "Come backstage." "Let me explain. It's not what you think between him and me." I glanced at the messages and sent one back. "We're done." Then I blocked her on everything. The next artist was coming on. The VIP area was right next to the stage, and a girl squatted down in front of me, singing to me. "Hey handsome, give me your hand. Let me ask you for a dance." Under her expectant gaze, I held out my hand, and she led me to the center of the stage. Just then, Tina returned to her spot, holding hands with William, and watched me with a cold stare. "Your friend said you know this dance," the girl whispered in my ear. So this was Jackson's idea. I nodded and joined her in a duet that was viral at the time. As a dance instructor, I knew the choreography like the back of my hand. When her set was over, I was naturally led backstage. "Bro, Tina, stop." We broke up. I cut Jackson off and sat down next to him, saying hi to the other musicians. "Dude, are you really giving up on her? You've been into her for so long. That girl is toxic. I'm gonna write a song and roast her." Jackson's childish reaction made me laugh. He was right. I'd been chasing Tina for over a decade. From high school to college and into our careers, she was a part of my entire youth. That evening, I turned down Jackson's dinner invitation and went home alone. A figure was standing under the streetlight. It was Tina. There were already a few empty cigarette packs at her feet. When she saw me, she walked over, reeking of strong perfume. I frowned and took a step back. She never used to wear perfume because I'm particularly sensitive to it. Leo, what happened with William today isn't what you think. My full name for me, but just William for him. The difference was stark. Tina was still trying to explain, but I couldn't connect this person with the girl I used to know. I transferred to Tina's high school. That first day, I was waiting outside the door for the teacher to call me in. I peeked through the window and my eyes landed on Tina, sitting in the very back. She sat perfectly straight, listening intently to the teacher, completely captivated. And I was captivated by her. New student? New student? Leo? I snapped out of it and walked into the classroom to introduce myself. Hi, everyone. I'm Leo. Leo as in Leonardo. New student, why don't you sit next to the class president? The teacher pointed to an empty seat, right next to Tina. The only thought in my head was, so she's the class president. After class, I was still unpacking my things when someone knocked on the window. I looked up and saw a handsome guy smiling at Tina. Tina, want to come over for dinner tonight? I looked down and continued organizing my desk as Tina accepted his invitation. After a month, I learned that the guy was William, Tina's childhood friend, though he was a bit older than us. At the time, Tina and I were just normal classmates who occasionally helped each other with homework. Until one night, after I finished my cleaning duties, I was jumped by a group of guys in an alley on my way out of school. What do you guys want? Heard your family's loaded. Huh? They were all taller than me. Surrounded, I had no idea how to escape. Don't worry. Give us the cash and we'll leave you alone. Just as I was about to hand over my money, Tina appeared. What are you doing? The guys looked up. A boy and a girl were standing with her. After they left, I clutched the money in my hand and said, Thanks. It's nothing. From now on, you should hang with us. William threw an arm around my shoulder. His cheerful smile etched into my memory. From then on, it was me, William, Tina, and her older sister, Cassie. The way Tina looked now, she reminded me so much of how Cassie used to be. Tina, whatever is going on with you two has nothing to do with me. We're over. I tried to move past her and go upstairs, but she grabbed my hand. I turned back to look at her and saw the dark circles under her eyes. A part of me still ached for her. I bit my tongue to stay sharp. Leo, stop making a scene. I yanked my hand away. Unbelievable. Even now, she thought I was just throwing a tantrum. I'm not. Tina, let's break up. I walked to the elevator without a second glance. The moment the doors closed, Tina and I were truly finished. The festival proposal went viral, and so did the video of me dancing with the female rapper. Some internet sleuths dug up my social media account, and my follower count skyrocketed. The exposure brought in a lot of offers from celebrities. At the same time, people who knew about my relationship with Tina started commenting. The guy who got proposed to, his girlfriend is the dancer. The buzz exploded again. Friends from high school and college started messaging me. William also sent me a message, asking if we could meet. We met at the restaurant the four of us used to love. He was in a white suit again, looking incredibly sharp. As soon as I sat down, someone came over to ask for his number. William turned them down and handed me the menu. No thanks. I'm on a strict diet lately. William took the menu back. Leo, it's not what you think with Tina and me. You know I'm in love with Cassie. That proposal was just a stunt to get Cassie to show up. You misunderstood Tina. She really likes you. I looked down. Misunderstanding or not, Tina and I were never going to make it. I went home that day and felt miserable for a long time before I finally understood that Tina and I were just not the same kind of people. The love I needed wasn't the love she could give. When one person in a relationship is always giving and getting nothing back, it's exhausting. We already broke up. William looked surprised. Tina probably hadn't told him, so there's no need to talk about this. If there's nothing else, I have to go. I have choreography to practice. I grabbed my bag and walked out, coming face to face with Tina and Cassie. Leo, long time no see. Cassie greeted me with her usual nonchalant swagger. I gave a small smile and tried to walk past them. Tina grabbed my arm. I looked at her, confused. I don't make a habit of having dinner with my ex-girlfriends. I'll give you a ride home. It's pouring outside, and it's hard to get a cab here. I glanced at the window at the end of the hall. It really was a downpour. No thanks. I'll just have Jackson pick me up. He's nearby. I refused her offer and texted Jackson. He called me back almost immediately. He told me to stay put. A friend of his was right next door and could give me a ride. I waited by the main entrance for Jackson's friend. It was the girl I danced with. Her name was Ivy. I watched as a flashy red sports car pulled up in front of me, and my mouth twitched. Ivy rolled down the window and gestured for me to get in. I snapped out of it and climbed into her car. With her bright red hair, Ivy really stood out. Seeing me looking at her hair, she explained she had just dyed it last night. Looks good. Hey handsome. My label's having an event this Saturday. Interested in being my special guest? Being called handsome by Ivy felt a little strange. I checked my calendar and saw I was free, so I agreed. It was a good chance to ride the wave of publicity. We're here, handsome. I'll pick you up on Saturday. Ivy kept calling me handsome, and it made me a little shy. I texted Jackson to let him know I was safe at the dance studio, then got back to practicing. By the time I finished, the rain had stopped. I walked home slowly. Bad luck. I ran into Tina again. Leo, after you left, William was recognized and got a lot of hate. So could you post something online to explain for him? Just think of it as repaying the favor for when he saved you back then. Okay? I closed my tired eyes and agreed. Just never, ever bother me again. Back home, I posted the statement. Ms. Brooke and I had already broken up that day. No third party was involved. After posting, I tossed my phone aside. As I took off my makeup, I couldn't stop the tears from flowing. Lying in bed, all I could see was the day Tina asked me out. Leo, I might not be the best, and I'm not great with words, but I promise I'll be good to you. Can we be together? Thinking about it now, it's hilarious. I forced the thoughts out of my head. I had a class to teach tomorrow, and showing up with swollen eyes wouldn't be good. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. I picked it up. It was a call from Jackson. Bro, did she force you to post that? She's just taking advantage of you being nice. She seems so quiet and gentle usually. Well, at least someone was 100% on my side. Don't be sad, Leo. I wanted to post it, Jackson. It's midnight. Shouldn't you be home? Hello? Hello? Bro, my signal's suddenly bad. Gotta go, bye. I stared at the disconnected call and decided to let him off the hook this time. The next morning, I opened my curtains and saw Tina standing downstairs again, holding something. So she did have time to bring me breakfast after all. I deliberately changed into a sharp suit and put on some cologne. Once, on a date, I wore a new shirt and a spritz of cologne, and she lectured me for half an hour. What do you think you look like? That smell is so strong, it's giving me a headache. Can you not do this next time? I don't like you like this. Look at William. The faint smell of soap on him is so much nicer. Sure enough, as I came downstairs, Tina's brow furrowed immediately. Leo, why are you dressed like that? Didn't I tell you this doesn't look good? I looked her up and down. What I wear is none of your damn business. Tina was probably not expecting me to talk back. Just then, a little boy walked by to throw out some trash. Wow, mister, you look so cool today. Thanks, man. You look super cool, too. I shot Tina a look that screamed, see? I look awesome like this. I wasn't saying you don't look good, just that you'll scare your students like this. At that moment, I really wanted to slap myself. How could I have ever found this woman cute? Hey, handsome. Need a ride? I can take you. The flashy red sports car pulled up. Ivy got out, took off her sunglasses, and raised an eyebrow at me. Sure. I walked with Ivy to the passenger side, and she opened the door for me. After you, handsome. Ivy's antics made me laugh. Just as I was about to get in, Tina blocked my way. Leo, who is she? Who she is none of your damn business. Are you refusing to get back with me because of her? Tina's eyes reddened as she spoke. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. You've got a lot of nerve. Ma'am, could you please move? I need to get this handsome man to work. I got into the passenger seat, and Ivy quickly shut the door. Tina was still trying to block us from leaving. After Ivy said something to her, Tina's face fell, and she stepped aside. Ivy put on her sunglasses and got in the car with a flourish. So handsome? Satisfied? Very. What did Jackson promise you for this? He said if I make you happy, my next choreography gig is secured. Ivy looked at me with puppy dog eyes. It's secured. I'm very satisfied. Woohoo. You're the best. Handsome. Ivy reversed the car with one hand, deliberately steering past Tina. What did you say to her back there? Told her to get a clue and stop harassing you. Ivy dropped me off at the dance studio. Just as she left and I was about to go in, someone tugged on my arm. I looked down and saw one of my students. Nikki. Teacher. You look so different today. I knelt down to his level and asked, a little nervous. How am I different? You look super handsome today, teacher. More handsome than ever. I held back the tears welling in my eyes, smiled, and took Nikki's hand as I stood up, looking at his mom behind him. You really do look great today, Leo. Thanks, Mrs. Davis. Come on, Nikki, say bye to Mom. We're going inside. Bye, Mom. I led Nikki into the studio, and all my coworkers said the same thing. Leo, you look amazing today. I couldn't stop smiling all the way until the end of the day. After seeing off the last student, I packed up and walked out of the studio. The three of them, Tina, Cassie, and William, were standing at the door. I turned to go back inside, but William, wearing a mask, grabbed me. Let go. I shook him off, frowning at the three of them. Leo, don't be ungrateful. Tina is so good to you. How could you have the heart to break up with her? Are you her dad? Why do you care so much? As soon as I said that, both Tina and Cassie moved to step forward. Cassie held Tina back, and William stepped back again. Leo, apologize. My sister doesn't hit men, but I do. And I don't care if you're her man or not. I'll hit you. I looked at William's lovesick expression and couldn't help but roll my eyes. Cassie. Tina stepped in front of me, and I took a step back. Leo, a woman as good as my sister, you'll regret losing her for the rest of your life. Yeah, Leo, Tina is a really good woman. What, am I just a part of your three-way drama? Why do you have to drag me into it? If she's such a good woman, why don't you date him? You're all nuts. Stop bothering me. The three of you, please form a single file line and get the hell out of my life. All three of them stared at me in disbelief. Cassie clenched her fists, ready to swing at me, but Tina stopped her. I pointed to the security camera above us and looked at the three of them. See that? If you don't want to end up in jail again, you'll get out of my life. All three of you. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Cassie, looking like she was on something, lunged at me. I retreated into the studio, locked the door, and called the police. Cassie was still outside, throwing things at the camera, until the police arrived. Only then did I come out. Are you okay? An officer asked, just shaken up. I gave the police the security footage. They said if I didn't agree to mediation, it would be considered assault. Leo, Cassie's my sister. You wouldn't want her to go to jail, would you? Hearing that, I immediately turned to the officer handling the mediation. Officer, I'm not settling. She's caused me psychological trauma. Leo. William, who had been sitting in the corner, suddenly got up and punched me. Before I could retaliate, the police pulled him away. Officer, they've both assaulted me now, right? Yes. Cassie tried to stand up but was pushed back down by an officer behind her. Leo, if you have a problem, come at me. Why are you going after William? Fine. I'm not settling. Leaving the police station, Tina was still tugging at me, trying to get me to agree to a settlement. Tina, are you insane? We're over, it's impossible. You're the one who brought them here to corner me. If you keep grabbing me, I'm calling the cops again. Suddenly, Tina started slapping herself. Hard. Leo, it's all my fault. Please just let my sister go. Passers-by were all staring at us. Guilt-tripping, huh? Officer, can you let her cool off in a holding cell for a bit? With her acting like this, I'm afraid to go home. We can do that. The police led the dazed Tina away, and I finally felt relieved. Bro. I got into Jackson's car and told him how crazy those three were. Dude, they know where you live. How about this? Sell that apartment. And then buy a new one. We've got the money. Besides, I saw this new condo complex that's pretty nice. It's big enough and really close to your studio. Jackson was saying exactly what I was thinking. Okay, I'll talk to Mom and Dad when I get home. When I got home, my parents immediately swarmed me, looking me over. Are you okay, sweetie? That Tina girl is really something else. Dad, I'm fine. Let's eat first. I walked into the kitchen and saw a spotless table. I turned back to look at my parents. Your dad was craving takeout, so we ordered some. Yeah, son. What do you want to eat? Dad will give you some money. Take Jackson and go eat out. Jackson and I exchanged a look. I went to get some instant noodles and Jackson went to wash some vegetables. As always, self-reliance was key. After ordering a new security camera, I apologized to my boss and submitted my resignation. My boss waved his hand, refusing it. Leo, I can't lose you. Take a month off, paid. We're moving to a new studio anyway. The next day, Jackson dragged me to see a new place. We bought it that day and called a moving company. As I was carrying the last load of furniture downstairs, I ran into the little boy from yesterday. Mister, are you moving away? Can we exchange contact info? After adding the boy, I took one last look at the empty apartment, closed the door, and left for good. After getting the new place set up, I was lying in bed, ready for a good rest, when Ivy called. Hey, handsome, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Rehearsal is at noon, and the show starts at night. I had totally forgotten I'd agreed to be in her labels show. Handsome, Ivy was fast. By the time I got downstairs, her car was already there. How did you get here so quickly? Didn't Jackson tell you I live in this complex too? Handsome? Jackson might have mentioned something, but he never told me that friend was Ivy. Handsome, I might need you to dance today just like at the festival. No problem. When we got to the venue, Ivy and Jackson were sharing a dressing room. Jackson stared at me in disbelief. Bro, what are you doing here? I pointed to Ivy next to me. I'm her special guest. Ivy gave Jackson a smug nod. Jackson leaned back in his chair and laughed. Annoyed. My bro is your special guest? The hell makes you worthy? Handsome, save me. Ivy hid behind me as Jackson, fuming, told me to move. All right. After calming Jackson down, he finally sat next to me, glaring at Ivy. Bro, what should we order for lunch? Handsome, I pre-ordered some clay pot rice. It's amazing. Ivy, why? Don't tell me you have a crush on my brother. Jackson's words hung in the air. We both went quiet and stared at Ivy. I turned to look at her too. I remembered the little boy from my old building telling me he was actually a fan of Ivy's. And what Ivy had said to Tina that day, Leo is allergic to perfume. You don't even know that? What kind of girlfriend are you? Get lost. Yeah, I do like him, she said plainly. Jackson's eyes went wide. He looked at Ivy, then back at me. Bro, look at her. Her intentions are impure. Jackson, you're up. Ivy, you wait till I get back. I'm gonna interrogate you. In the meantime, you are not to lay a single finger on my brother. Ivy gave Jackson an innocent look. After he left, she leaned back in her chair, all swagger again. Handsome, can I like you? What if I say no? If you say no, I'll have a secret crush on you until you say yes. Ivy stared at me, her gaze direct. I broke first and looked down at my phone. Handsome, you're not gonna say no, are you? Handsome. Ivy gently tugged on my sleeve. Ivy, you're acting like a puppy right now. I only want to be Handsome's doggo. A staff member who had just opened the door froze on the spot. Ivy closed her eyes as if accepting her fate. I get it. You only want to be Handsome's doggo. The staff member closed the door and left. And then I heard an explosion of laughter from the hallway. Handsome, now they all know. What are we going to do? Nothing to be done about it, doggo. When Jackson came back, his eyes were murderous. Ivy, explain yourself. What's this about only wanting to be Handsome's doggo? It's exactly what it sounds like. Your bro and I are going to rehearse. Be a good boy, little brother. Right in front of Jackson. Ivy grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward the stage. Handsome, wait. When I sing, hey, handsome, give me your hand, Let me ask you for a dance. I'll walk over to you, and then we'll just dance together. Got it. I stood on the side of the stage. There was already a decent crowd of fans, and when Ivy went out, a huge cheer went up. After rehearsal, we went back to the dressing room. Jackson was sitting there with a dark expression, looking at us. You two sit. He practically forced me into a chair. Then he grabbed a stick from who knows where and sat across from us like an interrogator. Bro, I know you're upset about the breakup and you want to find a hot girl to piss off that witch Tina. And yeah, Ivy is kinda pretty. But bro, do you have any idea how much damage your behavior is doing to your little brother? Me? I looked at my dead serious best friend. My best bro in the whole world. Jackson, I'm right here. What harm could me getting with your brother possibly do to you? Isn't it better to have one more person who loves you? Come on, little bro. Get out. Get the hell out. I thought we were friends, and you're trying to hit on my brother? Not happening. Get out. I buried my face in my hands. These two were a handful. We're not together. Bro, don't say yes to her. I'm begging you. Just then, my phone rang. I signaled for them to be quiet. Hello. Leo, Tina's drunk at a bar. Can you come pick her up? It was one of Tina's friends. We've already broken up. Bye. I hung up. Just as I was about to put my phone down, it rang again. I'd hang up, and they'd immediately call back. I ended up just blocking all her friends' numbers. Bro, who was that? One of Tina's friends. These people are like a rash you can't get rid of. I had to agree with Jackson on that one. After Ivy and I ran through the dance 2 more times backstage, it was almost showtime. I changed, got my makeup touched up, and stood on the side of the stage to watch Jackson perform. He might be young, but he had a lot of tricks up his sleeve. On stage, Jackson was a completely different person from the Jackson I knew. Handsome. Do you have any favorite celebrities or idols? Ivy asked, standing next to me. The question caught me off guard. I think I used to, but after getting with Tina, I slowly started focusing only on real life. Yeah, I do. Who do you like, handsome? The music was loud, so I leaned in and whispered it in her ear. Being a fan is a really amazing thing, I said, looking at all the fans at the festival. Yeah. That's why we have to give them 100% of our passion back. When Jackson came off stage, he was drenched in sweat. I handed him a towel. Ivy was getting ready to go on. I took a deep breath and checked my outfit one last time. Bro, don't be nervous. Just dance like you normally do. Okay. Dancing on stage, I think I finally understood why Jackson had such a big on-stage-off-stage contrast. This was probably the most fun I'd ever had dancing, even though no one was there for me. Oh wait, someone was. Jackson was in the crowd doing a cheer for me. In a sea of faces, his was the only one steadfastly shouting my name. Ivy had more of her set to perform, so I slowly exited the stage. Jackson brought a chair over. Bro, check out this solo cam I filmed of you. I watched the video Jackson sent to the group chat over and over. In the end, I saved it and posted it to my social feed. Not long after, a friend sent me a screenshot of Tina's latest post. So you broke up with me for this girl? I admit I'm not perfect, but I truly loved you with all my heart. I never missed an anniversary gift, and I always sent you money on holidays. I know that's what I'm supposed to do, but I really love you. I'll continue to watch over you from afar. The whole post was vague, but it might as well have been a public announcement that I was a cheating scumbag. And that, Tina, is why you disgust me. I literally can't with her. I can't take it anymore. I commented that she was crazy, and she deleted my comment and blocked me. What is wrong with her? My friend ranted in a series of voice messages. My only regret is not slapping her a few times the day we broke up. Youth is priceless, but so is slapping Tina. I didn't engage with Tina's post, but a few days later, one of her friends shared her little essay on X, tagging me directly. She really loves you to death. Instantly, my DMs were flooded by angry women, and so was my comment section. He just looks like a cheater. Honey, you need to find a woman who's good to you. Wow, he seems so nice. I wonder how much a guy like that costs for a night. I'd like to know too, he. Gross dude. Even Ivy's comment section was being overrun by her male fans. The gifts my bro gave her were worth thousands. What did she give him? You want me to list them? A box half full of packing peanuts? A hand-knit scarf she listed on eBay after someone else broke up with her? Makeup samples? Weeds from the side of the road? Or are you talking about the $5 Venmos on holidays? Your love is cheap. Since you're all talking, how about you return the watch, phone, and tablet my bro gave her? My bro is a nice guy, but I'm not. I know exactly why you two broke up. Making out with your sister's partner? You two are disgusting. And to all the creepy women in the comments, this isn't a public restroom. If you can't find a mirror, at least look at your own piss. Jackson, absolutely furious, replied to that post, laying everything out. The whole thing shot to the top of the trending list. Ivy retweeted Jackson's post with the reply, "So gross." Suddenly, my boss, co-workers, my students' parents, and old classmates all started reposting what Jackson wrote. I stayed silent because I was too busy wondering what kind of spell I had been under. My youth was truly wasted on a dog. It wasn't long before Tina's friend deleted the post. A mutual friend messaged me to say Tina had deleted her post, too. The whole thing slowly died down. My friends all reached out to comfort me, but after being burned so many times, I was just numb. After Cassie and William got out, they tried to go to my old apartment to cause trouble. But the new owner was a 6 feet 3 inches giant. When Cassie started pounding on the door, he was just getting home. He beat them both up. The little boy from my old neighborhood was the one who told me. My life was slowly getting back to normal. Until one day, I saw that my favorite band from back in the day was going on tour. Mom, Dad, Jackson, help me get tickets. I have to see my idols. On the day tickets went on sale, the four of us were huddled around the dining table, waiting. The moment they dropped, we pounced. I can't even get on the site. It won't let me pay. Gone. They're gone. I sighed. It looked like I wasn't destined to see them. Handsome, I got one. A message from Ivy popped up. It was a picture of a concert ticket. The name on it was mine. Ivy got one. Damn, Ivy's got skills. Did you tell her? She traded me soccer tickets for the info. Bro, you know I've been dying to go but couldn't get tickets. I always knew Jackson loved soccer, but didn't Ivy want to see this concert too? Doesn't she want to go too? You can't win a boyfriend without sacrificing some soccer tickets. On the plane to Vegas, I saw a flash of bright red hair sitting next to me. Ivy? Hi, handsome. What are you? The info package I got for the soccer tickets included your flight details. Ivy's smile was so bright it was dazzling. I was genuinely worried her face would cramp. Handsome, my family's house is in Vegas, right near the venue. My parents aren't home, so why don't you stay with us? Didn't Jackson tell you I booked a hotel? He did, but I figured it was worth a shot. I closed my eyes and put on my eye mask, blocking out Ivy's hopeful gaze. When we got to Vegas, Ivy stuck close to me. Unfortunately, her red hair was so conspicuous that her fans spotted her immediately. Ivy got swarmed. I waved to her from outside the circle and hopped in a cab. When the concert started, I still couldn't believe it. I was actually seeing them, all three of them. I had finally fulfilled a dream from 10 years ago. After the concert, I got a call from Ivy. Handsome, the concert's over, right? I'm sending you my location. I'll give you a ride to your hotel. I checked the rideshare apps, nothing available. The subway had stopped running. I started walking toward the location Ivy sent. Handsome, over here. Ivy shouted, waving from beside her car. When I got closer, she handed me a bouquet of flowers. I took them, a little puzzled. I thought these would look good with your outfit today. Get in, handsome. Ivy opened the passenger door for me. After I sat down, she closed it. Ivy seized the opportunity. I'm only giving you one chance to win over my bro. Jackson's voice suddenly filled the car. Outside, Ivy's ears were bright red as she looked at me. After she got in, she stammered out an explanation. Forgot my phone was connected to the Bluetooth. Handsome, have you thought about what we talked about last time? Ivy asked, poking me while we waited at a red light. I think your application can be approved. In that case, handsome, I'm officially starting my open pursuit. The red light turned green. A year later, Ivy and I made it official. She always said she'd move at my pace. Handsome, are you really coming to the soccer game with me? I might not get it, but I promise I won't fall asleep. It's okay. Just having you with me is enough. Look, this is the team I support. The game ended. When Ivy's team won, she was so excited she threw her arms around me. The moment I hugged her back, we both froze. Handsome, thank you. Handsome, will you be my boyfriend? I know this is a bit sudden, but I'm serious. Oh wait, no. Handsome, say no. Let me wait until I have flowers and a proper setting. This is way too sudden. Ivy scratched her head, second-guessing herself. Yes. Handsome, what did you say? I said yes, I'll be your boyfriend. This past year, Ivy had been incredibly good to me. She brought me flowers every time we met, sometimes small gifts. She was thoughtful with my parents, and she'd even won Jackson over to her side. But most importantly, I had genuinely fallen for her. Ivy announced our relationship on all her social media platforms. On the way home, a friend sent me a message. Tina's dead. After Cassie and William got married, Cassie was abusive. William asked Tina to help him escape. Tina got him out, and Cassie killed her in a rage. You're dating someone? Yeah, I am. She's really good to me. As for Tina's death, I just felt that what goes around comes around. And now all I want is to keep being happy.